Hello everyone. Welcome to Season 8, Episode 2 of Tia and Taylor. I just like saying Season 8. I can't believe it. It's insane. So today we're going to be talking about the Hollywood strikes. I have a good friend, my good Judy, one of my good Judys here with me for, I believe, the second time, but I'll let him figure that out when he comes on. But we're talking about the Hollywood strikes, and we're going to play a very fun game. So without further ado, no more ados, I'm going to bring on my guest for today, Ryan Stokes.
Hi.
You gotta walk on too. I'm like, just a slight walk on, no big deal. No big deal. For anyone who knows, who's been on, you know the walk up is not really a walk up, but it's,
it's a short walk, but you gotta make the most of it.
It's a little strut.
Yeah.
You can find us on Facebook, so I can follow the comments. Happy Friday, everyone.
Happy Friday.
I feel like this week has been really long.
It was a short week, but it was so long.
But well, I'm going to give you a second to tell everyone who you are, what you do, and your pronouns, and then we can get going. We can get walking.
I'm Graham Stokes, he, him, or whatever. I'm very casual about pronouns. I respond to everything. Gender indifferent, I think, is what my friends have called it. I'm gender indifferent. as long as you're paying attention to me, that's the important thing. I am an actor and a customer service trainer for my day job.
Oh my God, Tia! Hi, Tia!
Hi, Tia!
Tia, say hey!
I haven't seen you in so long, Tia. I miss you.
Tia, I miss you too. We were literally just talking about you, like, before we.
We actually were.
Like, that's insane.
We literally were.
That's actually insane.
Yeah.
one of my weird, like, annoyances or things that I try to not do is eat on camera. And so the last season, I think it was Tia. I had Tia and Brian on. I was about to say Bastard. Yeah, I had Tia and Brian on, and we exchanged recipes. And I had my recipe, and we tried foods and stuff. And so that was like one of the first moments that I like got over that like weird tick in my head to like not eat on screen. I'm sure you, as an actor, you have a few of those, so I don't want to hear it. Yeah,
Do I?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about all the things I've done on screen already, and no, I'm...
You're like, tick free.
I'm pretty sure, as long as it's on camera, I'll do it.
I ain't got no ticks on me. You like that?
Plenty of things I won't do off camera.
But on camera. Okay, interesting.
But on camera, I'm not sure I've got limits.
I would have thought you heard it here, folks. He has no limits on camera.
You can interpret that however you want.
Well, happy Friday.
Sorry, this is a family show, isn't it?
we did say it was Friday night, right? No, this is
Friday.
This is why I started doing it at 7, so we can say whatever we want and it'd be fine. Because like most people at 7 o'clock are not like, oh, I have my children. If you are, then
are you? I don't know when children exist.
I try not to know. I try not to know. For some reason, kids are like they like me and my energy, and I'm like, yay for like 10 minutes, and then I'm like, okay.
Yeah, no, kids don't like me or my energy, and I appreciate that about them. That's my favorite thing about children is that they generally give me a wide berth.
Are afraid of you.
Yeah.
Well, cheers to children being afraid of Graham.
Yeah.
But we do have a lot of hot topics to do. I figured today we could play One Has to Go. I was just on my friend's podcast, The Inner Circle. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out on Facebook and YouTube as well. And all other streaming platforms. You'll see me sharing their stuff sometimes on the Tea with Taylor Instagram. Mm-hmm. I was just on their show this Wednesday, and they played a game. I forget the name that we played. I think it was called Sister Sister, actually, yeah. And it was obviously a game where you choose which of your favorite sister couples you like. And I adopted that to today's One Has to Go. So it's One Has to Go Sisters version.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah. Get into it. So we're gonna you have to choose between a few.
I hate to tell you this. I generally, this is terrible. When it comes to celebrities, I'm much more familiar with the fictional people they play on screen than who they. So this is gonna be a little tough, maybe.
Okay. All right. I'm not mad at that though. Like I get that. Okay.
Are any of them fictional sister couples? Because I got that.
No, but
okay.
They're very they're mainstream sisters.
Okay.
So you should know who these people are.
Okay.
We'll see. Oh my god, it's gonna be funnier if you don't. After that.
Am I gonna embarrass myself already?
Yes, love it. Mission accomplished. But but we do have a lot of hot topics, so let's just jump right into those. We're going to do our hot topics first, then we're going to play One Has to Go, and then we're going to jump right into the Hollywood Strikes.
Okay.
If you guys don't know what that is, you'll stick around, you'll know. We'll explain it all.
Start from the beginning.
We'll start from the beginning to now.
Yeah.
But first and foremost, today has been a year since Queen Elizabeth has passed away, actually. Did you see that? Did you guys hear about that?
Her passing away? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, no. I mean, I hope so. No, today is the anniversary. Today's the 1 year marker of her passing away.
Did they do anything for it? I wasn't paying attention to that.
I think they had a ceremony, but it was basically, I saw this on NBC, and they were kind of focusing not so much on her death as much as what King Charles III has done since her death.
Ascended to the throne.
Yes. And I found it very interesting because I had no idea. I'll be the first to say it. I had no idea what King Charles was doing in England since. I had no idea.
The monarchy now is mostly symbolic. Does he do anything?
Do they? Right. That was always my question about Queen Elizabeth.
I thought their big thing was just they were rich and famous and they did ceremonies.
Yeah,
is that not what they do?
That's what
they do more than that.
That's what they do.
Okay,
I don't know. If
listen, they're not my monarch. I didn't vote for them.
Orion gets touchy if I don't mention. He's gonna fight me.
Well, you probably deserve it.
Wow! Here I am, thinking I like you. No, but I
only came on here to make sure you didn't.
Thank you so much. It makes it a lot easier. No, I just thought, I don't know. I was like, isn't the monarchy again symbolic? I don't know what exactly they do. So it was kind of interesting that they broke down like what he's been trying to accomplish in the last year. I don't even know if Queen Elizabeth herself was doing all that in her old age. I don't know. You guys correct me if I'm wrong in the comments.
I know she crashed a wedding not too long ago, like a few years ago. She crashed a wedding.
She literally crashed a wedding? She's royalty. I don't know if you can crash a wedding.
So, okay, technically no. She wasn't crashing. She wasn't technically invited. But there was a joke invitation because she was going to be in the area where the wedding was, so the bride was like, let's just be funny and send her an invite.
Oh, and she actually showed up. I'm going to do that with Oprah and see what happens.
Yes!
If I ever find someone...
No, the celebrity that will absolutely come to your wedding if you invite them is Bill Murray.
Oh, God. I mean, I'm sure.
Yes, 100%.
I can imagine. But
I don't know everything he's invited to,
I don't know if I want Bill Murray. I don't know. I get to.
He's not that impressive, I guess. I mean, he's done a lot of great stuff.
You wouldn't get very many oohs and ahs, like, oh, Bill Murray.
It's not the same as getting Oprah or like Cher at your wedding.
Oh my God, Cher. If she's still alive by the time I get married, see that secret lover
she's
husband?
like 87% plastic. Nothing's gonna.
This is true. She will survive. She will survive all of the things. She's radioactive proof at this point.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, sure, work. She looked good though.
Yeah, she looks great, and she's still crushing it.
She looked real good.
Slay.
Slay. So another thing that I saw this week that I thought was really interesting, kind of a little fun fact. You guys know I did the charity for back to school. So that's also something that's really, I don't know, I like to keep track of that. I'm a godfather. I like to make sure I know a few things about the school system and all that. And obviously to bring you guys some information too. But they're now swapping out the old diesel-fueled yellow bus. Yeah.
What is the new fuel going to be?
They're going to be electric buses now.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
There's been, right? Isn't that a good idea?
That's a great idea.
I thought that was a really good idea. Yeah. I'm like, those buses are ancient.
What state are they doing? They're doing that in Rhode Island?
So around the world, from what I think I've seen, in there's only so many places which I don't remember where. There's only so many states that are doing it so far.
Okay.
But there's 5,600 of the buses that are running or have been awarded to schools right now.
cool.
So
that's a very cool thing.
Yeah. So yeah, we out here getting rid of fossil. I was reading the comments. We out here getting rid of fossil fuels, and Tia said, "Oh, schmancy, but also nostalgia." Yeah.
I have a lot of
memories.
I wasn't going to say good memories, but I have a lot of memories of those yellow school buses.
Don't we all have so many memories of that yellow school bus? I mean, honestly, in the idea of going green,
it's a great idea.
Yeah, and like saving the economy a little bit, because that will make a huge difference. Like not only our cars, but the buses that bring our children around. Like, why did we not think of this earlier? Oh, Calypso's watching. Hey, Calypso.
Hi, Calypso.
Hey, baby. I love Calypso. I'll see you tonight at the block party. I assume. I think the Browns is all up in there. You saw that?
Yeah. I'm filming tomorrow, so I can't go out.
I will just, pumpkin time. That's all my friends know.
I could maybe pop out for like one,
Ooh.
but it's got to be a really.
As all my friends know, there's pumpkin time with me. If I'm out and after midnight, that's the time to reassess if I want to go home and turn into a pumpkin or if I want to stay out.
If I'm out past 10:30, it's probably all over, and I'm probably closing everything.
Calypso said you both better come out.
At that point, I have lost all judgment.
This is true. This is true.
It's got like one and done tonight. You know what I'm saying?
If
I make it to the block party,
she said you both better come out.
Okay, I will come for one Calypso because I love you.
No excuses, Graham. She's Mama Brown's not having it. Let's stick around. We're gonna play One Has to Go Sisters Edition. I think you may be into that, Calypso.
Calypso might be better than me.
No, I mean, think about famous sisters and think about Calypso Brown, and I'll let you figure that out. I'll let you figure it out. I already got it. I don't know which one I'm picking. I already know, too.
It's Calypso.
It's Calypso, yes. That's the right answer. Yeah. But another hot topic that stood out to me, this one was really like sci-fi and weird and sketchball. I love sci-fi and weird. It was really important to let you guys know about how this one went down. This one was a little while ago. It was August 2nd. This company called Prestige Biotech. So it's good when you hear biotech. It does sound like it's out of a sci-fi game. It's good when you hear biotech in the name, right? Prestige Biotech, they were under a month-long investigation and had found to have had an illegal lab with, get this, hundreds of bioengineered rats that also were infested with COVID. Hundreds of bioengineered rats. I have seen enough movies to know that this is how the zombie apocalypse starts. This is exactly how you start a zombie apocalypse. Literally, when I heard this story, when I saw this story, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Yeah, that's. I was like, "This is the end. This is the end. Yeah. This is it. That is 100% how you start a zombie apocalypse." I know enough about starting zombie apocalypses. Do you now? From watching movies. No, I haven't. I do now. I've obviously never started one myself. You heard it here, folks. Graham has started a zombie apocalypse before. I think you would have noticed. I mean, yeah, I probably would have noticed. I'm a little nosy sometimes. Well, I mean, also, everyone would be zombies. That's how they work. Oh, Taylor. I mean, as soon as phones got invented, I mean, I'm pretty sure. I didn't do that. Well, I wish. But no, I thought that was really disgustingly weird. And that's creepy. It gave me the heebie-jeebies a little bit. Like, hundreds of rats infested with COVID. And, they were saying that the excuse was, after this investigation and they got shut down, they didn't even have a business license, one. And, on top of that, they were saying their goals were to find a cure or to doctor something that would benefit us in the zombie apocalypse. Right. Isn't that how every zombie apocalypse movie ever started? Yes. I'm like, one rat gets out and bites someone or something, or their blood goes down a drain and it contaminates. It's absolutely how you start a zombie apocalypse. Where are we living right now? What's going on? Earth is ghetto. Earth is so ghetto. Can we just colonize Mars already, please? What is actually happening? And this was in California, but I believe the company was owned by the company Prestige Biotech was owned by a company in China, or was spearheaded by somewhere in China. But it was in California. More and more zombie apocalypse. I know. I was literally
This is literally how, what's the one I'm thinking of?
I Am Legend?
No.
Oh, because I don't know. There's so many. I don't know.
A lot.
There's literally so many.
There's one where that's the exact plot line, except it's monkeys instead of rats.
Are you talking about? Oh God, what's he talking about, guys? Planet of the Apes?
No.
That's not a zombie movie.
That's a monkey apocalypse.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine.
Cut, moving on.
And print. Beautiful, guys.
Moving on. Nothing to see here, folks.
Nothing to see here. All right, if you guys know what movie it is,
anyone knows what movie I was talking about just now? Thanks.
That's great. Appreciate that. But speaking of China. I think there's two hot topics that relate to that. So transitions.
Okay.
I love those.
We do love a good transition.
So the U.S. companies are actually starting to, and this is a like multiple layer story. U.S. companies are actually starting to invest in India. Did you hear about that?
No.
Because India. Did you guys hear about this? Because they're trying to replace the superpower that has been our backing of our economy, which is China, with a lot of the things that they reproduce and our trade. And now you must have heard about that whole thing with them meeting with other countries about their currency changing and all that other stuff. So I'm like,
I heard a little bit.
So yeah, I think what's happening is a lot of companies in the U.S. are backing or bracing themselves to replace China with India.
I feel like there's a big leap
from
China to India.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'm not. This is why I don't have to make these decisions.
Yeah, no, India is very much not as developed or prepared to take the place of China as far as the U.S. economy is, concerned. But they are preparing, and India. There has been like so many. Reports lately of how their economy has been booming, and China's actually has been very stagnant. So, according to these studies, I'll share the link later on the TV channel Instagram. But according to these studies, India is bracing to be the new
world superpower.
New superpower.
Cool.
I was like, okay,
good for them.
This will be interesting. So keep an eye on on India. And their economy and how that grows, because we might play a huge role in that in the U.S. soon. I don't know if that's actually going to pan out the way these people are thinking.
I don't really know how much India's
not as developed, and you guys, if you've heard about this, let me know how you feel about that. India is nowhere near as developed as China is in that respect.
It's not just that; it's just how much does India as a country like us?
For now, I think they like us.
I mean, if we're giving them money, they're going to like us some.
Right. For now, they like us.
That's also a good way to get me to like you, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm just saying. And since Graham brought it up, that's a good way to like me, too. I mean, just let me know. Tips are greatly appreciated here at TV Taylor. And I will be posting the Cash App Venmo later, too. No worries. Mm-hmm. Thanks for the love, guys. I don't know who's liking the...
I saw that.
Yeah, a little bubble went across the screen. We love that.
We love a thumbs up.
We love a thumbs up. And again, speaking of China, Apple. Apple actually has patents for a new AirPod case. The new AirPod case is going to be designed with an interactive display on the front. So basically, we're going back to the iPod Nano, but it's going to be on the front of the AirPod cases. Yeah. Have you guys heard about this? Are you souped for this? I'm not an Apple person at all.
I am not really an Apple person. I will say, when it comes to the earpods, any brand, I have so much trouble with like the controls being on a tiny little thing, and also like they always want to fall out of my ear, so then I go push them back in my ears, and then it's like maximum volume, and you're like, oh god!
I know, it's so annoying. Yeah, and then like sometimes like it'll be falling in mid workout, and I push it and I stop my music, and I'm like, well, now I can't stop anymore. Like,
I have actually just recently broken my only earpods, and now they will not be on any volume other than maximum volume, which means they are utterly. Maximum volume is like louder than the speakers on my phone. So
you're deafening yourself.
I'm not using them.
It's great. Oh, my aunt's watching. Hi, Auntie BB. Thank you for watching. Oh snap!
I do think that having a display on the case, like that you can do the control.
It would be easier, right?
A lot easier than that's the point I was getting at. Yes.
Oni said in the comments, "I'm for Apple, baby." I know you are. We had this conversation.
Let's see if you're still for Apple at the end of this episode.
Hello.
That's a spoiler alert for later.
I could not. Tia said AirPods suck. Actually, I still love my wired earbuds. Unpopular opinion, Tia. Wow.
But I agree. Honestly agree.
I used to love the wired headphones, but they get in my way now. When I'm working out, they're in the way. Like I can't put my phone down because there's only so long. I don't know. They just get in my way.
Why don't you just
get
ones with a longer cord?
Because then I'm annoyed by how long the cord is. I don't know. You guys. I don't know. Are you guys still into this? Is it just me?
I just don't like that I can't touch them when they're falling out of my ears. That's the problem.
I don't like wired headphones anymore. I used to be such an advocate for it. I am so here for the earbuds. The
only reason I'm not using wired ones is because my phone doesn't have a thing for it. Thanks, Apple.
Thanks, Apple. No, I am here for it. Apple's annoying with that. They're very particular with their software, and that's why I designed it.
Well, this is something that's happening. Is Europe? The EU is making them change a lot of their stuff so that it's compatible with other platforms. So they're not going to have their own unique charging cords anymore. They're not going to have... So that will change the game.
Good. That will change the game. Because it's literally just a fancy price tag.
It is.
The software is not what you think it is. It's not as advanced as it should be.
This is my first iPhone that I've had in a long time. And before that I had a Google Pixel.
The Pixel was so amazing.
It was so good.
Amazing.
There's nothing that this phone does that my Pixel didn't do.
Yeah, no. And like the thing too with the technology, like everyone will say the technology is.
Well, the only thing that this phone does, I should say, that my Pixel didn't do is like the blue bubbles. That's it. That's the claim to fame of blue bubbles and stuff. But again, no longer going to be.
No longer a thing.
iPhone.
Even FaceTime is an app now. FaceTime is an app now that you can download on any Surface. And the software that they use for iPhones and on Apple is available on other phones. Yeah. And it always has been. And Apple just takes it and calls it something different. Mm-hmm. Like they did with the screenshot thing. And I was like, oh, all phones can do screenshots? Who would have known? We wouldn't know because Apple was like saying, trying to make it seem that it's something that you get only with Apple.
But they're not ahead of the game anymore.
No. As soon as Steve Jobs died, and you correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys have an argument about this, I noticed
we're gonna make so many Apple fans mad.
I know. I want them to be mad.
But honestly, if they're getting mad at this, I can't wait for later.
I know. No, but like honestly, as soon as Steve Jobs died, the innovation for Apple died with him. It was like tank. I didn't see anything new, anything super creative, anything game changing being produced at Apple when he passed, and even them trying to. Even them trying to reinvigorate his ideas that he had before he passed, most of those were a flop. So, like, I don't see the claim. Calypso said wrong. I just don't see it. I don't see it, Calypso. I don't see it. My aunt said, I have both the AirPods and the wired ones. Okay.
Give yourself some choices. I
don't mind because I've lost at least 4 pairs of earpods. This is why I'm glad they're not AirPods because they're expensive as hell. No, I've lost my $40, $50 earbuds, and I'm like, oh no!
But you can get $10 ones at Walgreens.
And you could.
Those are the ones I just. So
those your eardrums are gonna suffer. Yeah, she said it's a backup. Yep, see, facts. Well, we talked about this person a little earlier too. It's funny. Cher, actually. Oh. we're back to Cher. Doesn't it always come back to Cher? It always goes, if I could turn back to... Oh. You're welcome for that. Cher actually just unveiled cover art for... Did you hear? Do you guys know where I'm going with this? No?
Keep going.
No, really?
Keep going.
Okay, Cher just unveiled cover art for her first ever holiday album. Yeah. I am so on the fence with this one.
I was just going to say, I'm really on the fence.
I love Cher to death, and I can't wait to hear what she's going to do.
I love Cher, but I've never loved anyone's holiday album.
Oh, really?
Usually a holiday album has 2 songs that are really good.
Now you know they're
you know that I'm right on
defrosting
this
Kelly
guy,
Clarkson
right?
right now. I mean, they're defrosting Kelly Clarkson.
Mariah Carey.
They're
But
defrosting
Kelly Clarkson's holiday album has 3
That's what
good
I was going to
songs
say.
on
I
it.
love that album.
3 good songs
Kelly
on
Clarkson's
it. It
Christmas
is one of
album
the
was
best.
fire.
Because it has
it.
3 good songs on it, which is the absolute most you're getting from a holiday album.
Catch me playing it this holiday season. Kelly Clarkson, Wrapped in Red.
Yep.
I liked Kelly Clarkson's Christmas album. I am excited to see.
I liked 3 songs.
Tia's good question. Tia said, but is it going to be original holiday music? I don't know, Tia. She just released. When was it? Yesterday. She just released the cover art. She just released the cover art, so we don't know yet if it's going to be any original songs in there. I think I would cackle, mumble and cackle, but I would love it. I think
that would be great
if she came out with an original holiday song. Are you kidding?
Yeah. That would. I hope. That's what I'm hoping for.
I really hope so. And obviously some of the originals have to be thrown in there, of course.
Some classics, not all original music.
Yeah.
Because there are the ones that we all will enjoy because we know them. You know what I mean? I got to put that on there.
I'm curious of how she's going to make this work.
What did Tia say?
Tia said, "My."
I'm super farsighted. Sorry, I'm super farsighted.
Tia said almost read these comments. My faves for holiday music is NSYNC, Jackson 5, and Gloria Estefan. Gloria Estefan, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I 100. NSYNC, I didn't really like the holiday album.
It has 2 good songs on it, which is the most most you can get.
I don't know. What's your guys' favorite holiday album? I'm just excited to see where creatively Cher's going to go with this. Yeah. It might be terrible.
She's not released a terrible album yet.
No, but it might be terrible.
But
her singing holiday.
First time for everything. I was really skeptical about the ABBA covers album.
Oh, and that was good. That was good.
I loved it. I listened to it on repeat for 2 months.
I'm skeptical whenever Meryl Streep sings, but she always surprises me.
Okay, so she didn't start out.
Sidebar.
She's clearly been working at it. You know what I mean? And you got to respect that.
Calypso said the Destiny's Child. That was a good holiday album. It was so 90s, baby. It was
very 90s. Even in the 90s, it was.
Even in the 90s, it was very 90s.
It was like a little too 90s for the 90s.
It was a cute album, though. I was not mad at that. I was like, oh.
Again, there's 2 songs on there that I really like.
I didn't know that I needed Destiny's Child holiday album until we got a Destiny's Child holiday album. I was like, wow, okay, yeah. Tia said yes. Tia said yes, Calypso. My aunt, Auntie Bibi, said Will Downing. I'm not even gonna lie, I don't even know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
Auntie, your age is showing.
Or maybe it's some new.
Or maybe it's actually that's true.
Because there's definitely I forget who it was, but I still don't even know this person's name, but my friend tweeted. Friend who's the same age tweeted something about somebody topping the Billboard charts, and I had a picture of him, and he was like, "I don't know who this man is," and I was like, "I don't know who this man is either."
Most of the artists these days, I don't know what they look like. I just know their voice, so there's that. But Calypso said they're coming out with a new website. Who's coming out with a new website? What? Who? Huh?
Destiny's Child is getting a new website.
Destiny's Child has a new website. What's going on? Is it another reunion or what?
Oh my god!
I don't know. I don't know if my little gay heart can handle that.
Mine can.
You just have to explore more music. You're so right, Auntie. You're so right. I'm always down to explore my music too. Always. I love music. White people love SpongeBob holiday music. Is that a thing?
Wait, as a white people, SpongeBob has holiday music?
Oh, wait. That's not a thing.
I'm not aware of this as a thing.
Oh, DC's Destiny's Child new website, Brace for Impact. Okay. Interesting.
Destiny's Child is asking us to brace for impact.
Okay.
I'm bracing.
Okay. Oh, she said Bob Seger. Yeah, it's not. What the heck? Wow, I can't.
I don't even know what's happening.
There's a really bright light. Bob Seger is the holiday music that Calypso said white people love.
Oh, okay, all right. Yes, actually, that's true.
Actually, that's true.
As a white people, yeah, it's decent.
No, you know who people love? Who you people love that I just who I really can't stand? Maybe one song. He's just I don't know. He's like a Frank Sinatra wannabe, and he drives me crazy.
Crosby.
No.
Dean Martin?
No, Dean Martin I actually love.
I was gonna say, you are not about to talk, you're gonna not talk crap.
No. Michael Bublé. He annoys me.
No, I actually can't. He annoys me too.
And like, I want to like him, and he has a good voice, but he annoys the crap out of me.
The only thing I like about him is his willingness to make fun of himself.
That's true.
I
heard him like.
Does everyone here, by the way, follow Useless Farm on Instagram or TikTok?
No. What the hell?
Okay, it's just a farm that has a bunch of really silly animals. It's a real farm, right? But anyways, they have a very silly Instagram account. But one of their llamas is named Michael, and there was a video like last Christmas that she was like, Michael's gone missing, we have to go find him, and then she like takes you on this search for Michael, and she ends up going into this concert hall and putting a leash on Michael Bublé.
Oh my God! Tia said it. Tia said fuck Michael Bublé. Yes, thank you.
I'm not a fan. But anyways, I did enjoy this Useless Farm video that he features in because
that sounds like a fever
she puts him. Most of the videos on Instagram most of the videos on that are fever dreams. But so she puts the leash on Michael Bublé, brings him to the car, and then she cuts in and she's like, turns out that was not Michael Bublé, but that was not Michael, my llama, that was Michael Bublé, but the resemblance was uncanny. And then the fact that he participated in a video where someone said he looked like a llama, which is true, was really funny.
He really does look like a llama.
That's all I'm saying. I enjoy his ability to laugh at the fact that he looks like a llama.
His presence just aggravates me.
His music? No, I'm all set with his music. Anyways, more videos about him looking like a llama. That's what he needs.
Yes, he should be a comedian of sorts, because then we can not take him seriously, and I would love that. He should
be made fun of by comedians more.
We're at the 30-minute mark, so we're halfway through the show today. So I want to get to the game before we get into our conversation about the Hollywood strikes, y'all.
Okay.
But there's two hot topics that I really want to make sure to mention. Okay. As you know, I need to get the important ones out there.
Absolutely.
It's not a CDC update as we did last week, but I need to get these two out. These are actually really, really good. Hong Kong, actually, September 4th, their top court ruled in favor of giving same-sex couples legal recognition. It is not full marriage equality, but it's a start. So Hong Kong is looking moving forward with that in those nature.
And if Hong Kong does it, China will probably follow.
Exactly. And when China does it, then the rest will follow suit in the middle over there. All of them peeps. At least I hope so.
China's not in the middle of
You know what I mean? Like we're over
Asia?
here. We're over here to the left. So they're over here.
Asia?
Yes.
Okay.
All of them folks.
We know all of our continents.
Yes, we know our continents.
All of our continents.
And lastly, for hot topics, we didn't get to Burning Man. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
No, but lastly, for hot topics, 1 day ago, abortion became decriminalized in Mexico by the Supreme Court. They cited a rape case incident that kind of pushed that notion over for the better, and so abortion a day ago is now decriminalized in Mexico.
So Mexico's doing better on that issue than we are.
Yes. That's you heard it here.
Yeah, all right.
Yes, Mexico is being more forward thinking than we are here. So
love that.
Says a lot. I don't know.
Love
So we're gonna move on because we're at 30 minutes now, and I know you guys. I don't want to keep you guys all Friday night.
And honestly, as much as we love to talk about Burning Man, everyone is spilling the tea on that on every social media. You don't need us to join in.
Listen, if you want to talk about Burning Man,
we're funnier than a lot of people.
We'll talk about it in the comments if you want. You guys let me know how you felt about that whole situation. Or I will bring it up next week and we can get into it then, because that whole debacle was insanity.
Insane.
Like, I would have killed someone, especially if I was on drugs. Like, I probably would have actually killed someone. I don't know. And let's not pretend like we don't know everyone at Burning Man was on drugs. But let's not pretend. Okay, anyway, moving forward, one has to go. Okay, like I explained a little bit earlier, I was Pariba is watching. Thank you, Pariba. I saw Pariba, and the first thing I saw was Beyonce. I was like, I know, I have to. Pariba says Beyonce's B-Day was on the 4th, and Diana Ross saying Happy B-Day. That's not a topic. Yes. It is a hot topic worldwide.
That was iconic.
Worldwide.
That was iconic.
I live for anything Diana Ross too, so there's that.
Can you imagine? First of all, just being Beyonce.
Yes, Pariba. Yes, I'm sure Pariba, whose last name is now Knowles, can imagine.
But imagine being honestly, being anyone, and having Diana Ross sing you happy birthday.
Oh, absolutely. Diana, like, I would...
It would be my last birthday because I would die on the spot. On the spot, I would just crumple to the ground.
I'm like, oh my god, Diana, that's it.
With nothing left to live for, my soul would move on.
Coffin emoji.
Yeah.
Okay, so, like I explained earlier, one has to go. If you guys are just tuning in, I'll explain it really quickly one more time. It's Sisters Edition today, okay? So, it is going to be famous sisters or popular, well-known sisters. We will choose one of them that is to no longer exist, them and all of the things they've done.
All the things they've done.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Removed from existence.
From existence completely. One
Wiped
has to
from
go.
the timeline. Okay.
And I was explaining earlier that I got this idea from playing a game on the Inner Circle, a podcast I was on earlier this week. So if you guys haven't seen that, check that out as well. But we're going to get into the game. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Rusa. Okay.
This is going to be so embarrassing for you guys.
Tia said my mom's birthday is on the 4th also. Come on, Virgo Queen. Yes, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Tia's mom.
Oh, we love Tia's mom. She's adorable. Okay, we got sidetracked again. All right, ready?
A lot.
I'm going to save that one that we talked about earlier for last because I know that was the one that they saved for last for me on the Inner Circle because I had a lot to say. And I'm going to hold my peace. I'm going to hold my peace.
Right.
Okay, you guys ready?
Myself for embarrassing.
One has to go, Sisters Edition.
Okay.
I'll start off easy. Allison, Mashaka, and AJ. One has to go. Do you remember them from Disney Channel?
Is that Allie and AJ?
Allie and
I don't
AJ.
know their real names. I just know them as
Allison, Mashaka, or Allie
Okay,
and
question.
AJ. Yes.
Have they ever done anything separate?
Yes. Yeah. Have you
I had no idea. I literally had no idea they'd done anything separate.
No. What? Yeah. AJ, I believe it was, has a solo music career. Not a great solo music career, but a solo music career. Because Allie, I believe, is focusing more on acting.
That sounds
They
terrible,
were the original Chloe and Halle.
That sounds awful, actually, that they're both doing
Oh my god, the Inner
things.
Circle's watching. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah,
What if
so they said one of them did movies. Yes. So Allison, the taller, skinnier one, she's the one who's focusing on movies. And I believe she's been in a few films solo.
What films?
I don't know. They were like Disney films.
What if we did wipe them both out? Because it sounds like they're both making bad choices right now. But if I have to pick one, I'll pick the one who's stuck with music, can stay. And the one who's doing acting, no.
Okay, AJ.
No.
AJ is the one I believe who's stuck with music.
Okay.
I would have to choose Allie. I mean, I don't know. No. I would have to choose AJ to go. AJ has to go. I like Allie better. I like her a little bit better.
I don't know them apart at all. I honestly... I never even liked their music together.
Calypso said both of them can go back to college and start their careers over.
Thank you, Calypso. Yes, the only thing they ever did that I liked was Potential Breakup
Song.
And frankly, I only like the new version where they swear.
Oh yeah.
And
Allie was in Easy A. They said. Oh yes, I remember that.
Wait,
yes.
so no, AJ's gotta go then because Easy A is a phenomenal movie.
She has the '90s creme.
I can't not have Easy A be made.
Yeah, that. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Moving forward, Tia and Tamara Mowry. Yeah. Mm-hmm. One has to go, and everything that they've contributed. Oh, Grown Up 2. Yes, she was in that too. Oh yeah. Okay. Thank you, Inner Circle. Tia and Tamara Mowry. Calypso said you're straight up evil. I know. I have an opinion on this one, actually.
I really don't have an opinion on this one.
Mariba said Tamara. Oh, damn.
I'm leaning towards Tamara also.
Oh, damn. I think Tamara's like...
But I'm fairly indifferent on them.
Tia said Tamara, but I'm biased because of the name. Yeah, makes sense.
Honestly, Tia, that was kind of why I was leaning towards Tamara.
I think Tia was the one who was on the talk or the reel, right?
Yes.
Tia, I like Tia a little bit better. I like Tia a lot better, actually, not gonna lie. I think she's a little bit more forthcoming. I think she's a little bit more real.
I think she's had more opportunities to be real for us, though, because she's done this talk show stuff. So
Tia was at Beyonce's B-Day, so clearly Tia is the winner here.
Okay,
so
yeah,
Tamara gotta go. Tamara gotta go, I guess. Yeah, all right.
But honestly, I don't have strong feelings on that. But I feel like we unanimously reached the same decision.
We all kind of, we all work it out together. We work it out. Okay, so there's two more.
Okay.
Ashley Simpson or Jessica Simpson?
No! You can't do this to me. Taylor,
yes.
I'm a white person.
I
I'm
know.
obsessed with both of them.
I know!
Listen, okay, no, but here's what. Okay. You're gonna think this is ridiculous, and you're right.
No,
I am saying Ashley Simpson has to go. I am saying Ashley Simpson has to go, and this is why. Because imagine our society without the is it chicken or is it fish moment.
Okay, true.
Society would collapse. Society would collapse completely. That is the pillar that holds up America.
But then we wouldn't have had the Nick Lachey love affair either, and that was interesting. I was hooked on that.
Oh yeah, and I mean the whole. Well, also anything that gets Nick Lachey on camera, I'm here for. So all in all, we're keeping Jessica Simpson.
Yes, Calypso said I agree. Jessica must stay.
Jessica has to stay because A, we get that whole reality TV show that Nick was on TV.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We missed that if we get rid of her.
And also, we wouldn't have one of my favorite moments in American history, which is the is it chicken or is it fish debacle.
That was a debacle. It was.
Listen, I wasn't even there for it, and it's going to be a whole chapter in my memoirs.
The internet was on fire for that. Like,
I didn't shut up about that for weeks.
No, for months. Like it was insane.
It was, yeah.
And
the best thing that Ashley Simpson ever did for us was lip sync on SNL. So
unpopular, and that was a moment too, though. That was an iconic moment.
It was an iconic moment, but it's a moment that didn't change my life.
Okay. It changed hers. That's for sure.
It did change hers.
Her career's like,
it absolutely did change hers. But the thing is, I like both their music, but I also think I like Jessica Simpson's music a little. I like Jessica Simpson's music
a little bit more.
A little more.
I think Ashley kind of like she touched that little emo boy in there, and I was like,
so Ashley Simpson's music came out at a time when I was a very angsty teenager because we all were. So it was good timing for her to make that music. But when she made that, I don't still listen to it now.
No,
but I do still listen to some of Jessica Simpson's
songs. Don't get me wrong. I saw Ava Unit one time. I saw Ava Unit perform Ashley Simpson La La.
Oh, La La. Actually, La La's good.
And now I want to perform Ashley Simpson La La.
Actually, now that you're thinking about it, Ashley Simpson has 2 songs I still listen to, which is La La and Boyfriend.
Yeah, that was a good one.
But Boyfriend is still meaningful for my life.
All right, are you ready for this one?
Anyways.
We all knew this was coming. Are you ready? This is the last one. And I know Parima's gonna have a lot to say. I'm
do it.
I'm just gonna do it. Beyonce and Solange Knowles.
Obviously,
one's gotta go. One's gotta go.
Obviously, you've met me. We're getting rid of Solange. Bye.
What? Wow.
I don't even feel bad. I don't even feel bad. I will not be guilty.
You didn't even think about it.
No.
Wow.
Not even a slight hesitation.
Okay, Parima said Solange too. I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah. I barely know her name.
Solange?
Yeah, she's Beyonce's sister to me. That's all she is.
That's insane.
And that's that. She gotta go. And also that elevator bowl. I have not forgiven her for. Beyonce may have forgiven her, but I have not.
I thought that.
I remember.
I think that elevator moment needed to happen. I was here for it. I was like, "Come on, Chun-Li."
Why did that need to happen? No, it didn't need to happen.
I don't know.
No one needed to put Beyonce through emotional pain.
For the sake of the game. For the sake of the game, I will agree with you all, and I will say Solange has to go. Because she hasn't made as much of an impact in the forefronts of community.
She has not made any impact
However,
on my life at all.
I really, really love Solange. I think she's made a huge impact in the artist community.
I don't think I could even pick her out of a crowd.
I think she's an amazing, phenomenal artist. I think she has carved out her own...
You really thought you were doing something with this one.
I know, no. I really think she's carved out her own lane. She's carved out her own lane in her
The lane she's carved out is not even on the same road that I'm driving. Okay?
Not Chun-Li. Calypso has left. Calypso has exited the chat. No, I just think that, and I think this also with Chloe and Halle Bailey. I think that Halle is the more creative one, and I think she's a driving force creatively that is overlooked. And I think the same for Solange. I think she's a very, very strong creative person that is often overlooked. I think she should get more credit for the things she does. Her last 2 albums were fire, no skips, and she really has solidified her own lane, I think.
I can't say I listened to her last album.
Wow. You mean that's how... Wow. You know what? That's insane. We can't talk about this too much because that's a whole nother episode.
He's going to throw me off the show in the middle of the episode. He's going to be like, get out of my house.
Yeah, get out. Pariba makes a good point that I like underdogs. So that is true. I do like the underdog.
You do tend to I
do. I like to see when people who are counted out, how they behave and how they succeed in their own ways as well.
If you really wanted to trip me up with that last one, you should have gone over Janet and LaToya.
Nah, I was going to do Chloe and Hallie, but I know a lot of people don't really have an opinion on that one either. So, all right.
I would be very torn on that, but if you really wanted to mess me up, you should have gone with Janet and LaToya.
That's interesting. I like both of them.
I like both of them a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
I like both of them
LaToya, I had to go. She got to go though for me because she didn't make that big of an impact. She didn't do too much for me. I'm all set.
Obviously, you didn't watch that Day in the Life episode of hers on MTV where she got pulled over by the police officer because that changed my life.
No, I didn't.
Because the police officer recognized her and it was like the whole...
You know what? Anyway,
it was a hysterical moment because she still got a ticket. But
we're gonna move forward with this talk about Miss Jackson and NASD. We're gonna move forward. Someone's texting me.
Yeah, I see that.
Wow. Blocking my face. So we're gonna move forward, and we're gonna talk about the Hollywood strikes. We're gonna jump right into it because we are getting close to the end of the episode.
Really?
Thank you guys for playing with me. Yeah. Thank you guys for playing with me. For tuning in, and of course, always love that. But the Hollywood strikes, it's been really a huge deal.
It's been a huge deal. It's going to reshape the entertainment industry altogether.
Hello. Okay. And from what I understand, there's been nothing like this in the past, in a few decades.
So, right now, we have the WGA East and West, which is the whole Writers Guild of America, on strike against the AMPTP, which is basically an organization that negotiates on behalf of the really big studios, which is, Paramount, Disney, Apple TV. I said you guys weren't going to like Apple at the end of this. Amazon, Prime Video, Netflix, all the major studios that make all of the things and have a lot of money. They have the AMPTP as an organization that basically negotiates with the unions on their behalf. And they are... So the writers have been on strike for months now.
It's been 4 months.
It's been 4 months, yeah, something like that. And the writer's strike is fascinating, but I am not a writer, so it has less impact on my life. I am an actor. I'm a non-union actor, so I'm not striking.
I was going to say.
But this is an important thing because I would someday like to be in the union. I'm just not yet. And so, I have to pay attention to this because this is...
It's insane, too.
So, as the WGA was striking, the Directors Guild of America also was negotiating with the AMPTP. They did make a deal, so they are not on strike. If they had been on strike, but they had put a thing where they could have gone on strike, to the union.
Yeah.
But they ended up accepting the deal that the AMPTP gave them. I don't know the details of that deal.
You guys feel free to weigh in and let us know if you've heard about this.
And then we have SAG-AFTRA, which is the Screen Actors, and not just actors. This is basically every non-live performance sort of gig. So there are singers and SAG-AFTRA, actors and artists, radio, singers, dancers. SAG-AFTRA covers all of them. And they had also been in negotiations for a new contract with the AMPTP, and the AMPTP was not basically hearing a lot of the things that they wanted.
Thanks for watching, Terrell. Hi. Calypso has a good question.
Yes.
Vocal actors, are they included in that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And we are going to talk about that in a second too, because more strikes are about to come down the line.
I'm sure.
So, SAG-AFTRA is striking. They're not just looking for more pay, health insurance sort of stuff, which is where a lot of the focus of the media attention has been on. They're also looking for fairer practices when it comes to hiring.
Yeah, that's funny. I was going to ask you
One thing that happened with COVID...
Okay.
This is a big part of the strike, actually. One thing that happened with COVID is that because they were no longer doing auditions in person, and they have not resumed doing auditions in person. the cost for auditioning has switched almost entirely to the actors.
I'll have to let you know, Pariva said in the comments, are Beyonce's visuals included? That's why I'm giggling.
I don't think Beyonce is represented by the AMPTP.
No, but they should be as long as we've been waiting. Tia said her mom's been in the unions for 50 plus years.
I imagine, and she's probably striking right now.
Is she striking right now, Tia?
Well, she's probably doing. Knowing her mom, she's doing a stage show.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
So, but she's probably striking when she's not on stage. But some of the things they were asking.
What are all these tensions that are rising up after COVID?
Well, there's like a 17-page document that I have that's of the demands that SAG-AFTRA tried to make. They made a lot of demands, and it's mostly not about income. Actually, it's mostly about fair hiring practices. Things like, so if you are starring in a TV series, you are in the place where you're shooting for long enough that the AMPT decides that you are a resident and does not help you pay to live there.
Okay.
Which means you don't get extra pay when you're starring in a TV series for paying rent in 2 places.
Okay.
So
that's terrible.
They were like, hey, you shouldn't do that. And the AMPTP was like, yeah, we should. This was a really funny one.
Pariva said, we don't have time for 17 pages right now.
No, exactly. The AMPTP, this is a good one also. The AMPTP notoriously pays people when they feel like it. There's no deadline on when they have to pay.
Oh, really?
You can wait, as an actor, you can wait years for a paycheck for something you did. And so the SAG-AFTRA was like, hey, what if you paid people in a...
What
It's in their contract. Well, it's not... A timeline is not laid out in their contract. So SAG-AFTRA tried to lay out a timeline of like, this is when you need to get payments out. And the AMPTP said, yes, we acknowledge that we pay people late. No, we're not going to stop.
You get it when you get it.
Yeah.
I did not realize that.
So it's not just money. Like, people are like, it's greedy, these actors get paid millions.
Yeah.
Also, most actors don't. 90% of SAG-AFTRA members have other jobs because they can't make ends meet on what they make acting.
Tia said you used to be able to apply for stipends for going on in-person auditions, but for the time it took you to wait for it, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now now the cost of auditioning is all on, you have to buy your own equipment. Oh, yeah. I spent like $2,000 on self-taping equipment a couple years ago because I have to audition. You have to have good equipment to keep up. Yeah. And I can't afford that.
And so, what I understood with their strike too, what part of it, well, the major part that I thought it was copyrights for actors who do series.
You're talking about the AI thing?
Yes, for copyrights and for actors and writers who do series and for their likeliness.
Yes,
through the AI program.
But they wanted what the AMPTP wants to do is instead of hiring background actors, they want to hire them for 1 day, pay them for 1 day, and scan their likeness, and then use that with AI forever for free.
Yep. And that's insane.
And that actor gets paid for 1 day and can never work for that studio again because they don't need them.
Right. No, that's awful.
Awful. And the fact the AMPTP thought anyone could go for that just shows how stupid. This is the thing. The AMPTP is being so dumb. Because
how dumb are they?
They only serve one purpose, which is that they have a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Right? Right now, the SAG-AFTRA has reached an interim agreement, which basically means any indie studio, which is any studio that is not AMPTP, can agree to the terms that SAG-AFTRA is asking the AMPTP for and use union actors. Mm-hmm. A24, who swept the Oscars last
I was going to say
they're indie, and they're working on 40 projects right now. So Hollywood is striking? No, it's not. It's just everything is going indie. Mm-hmm. Also, all of our streaming platforms are
way our streaming.
But you know that there's indie streaming services.
Yeah,
also.
they're just not as popular. Yeah,
Flex TV is free, ad supported, and indie.
You put your movies on a free streaming platform too. Usually,
Flex has a bunch of them.
What's the other one? I watched it on. No.
Oh.
What's the platforms that you put your shows on?
Some of them are AMPTP. Tubi has a bunch of money, but that is actually AMPTP. It's not
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dropout, which is owned by the College Humor people, $6.99 a month. indie streaming service that is paying residuals not just to its actors and writers, but also its crew, which is a brand new thing they're doing.
Okay, so
Kariba
was saying
there's a lot of indie people doing great things.
Kariba was saying that she also heard that had a lot to do with royalties that weren't being paid to actors for viewing streaming services.
Because streaming services haven't figured out how they want to do residuals.
I was going to ask, how do we even know how that works?
They've never bothered to figure it out. We're years into streaming, and they've never bothered to figure it out. A heavy set of years into streaming, and I thought that was already a lot of these things. This is shocking that I learned from reading these demands. A lot of these things are things that SAG-AFTRA hasn't actually renegotiated since the 70s.
Yeah, and we haven't had a strike like 70s. This for decades either.
The last time the writers and the actors struck at the same time,
I think it was like
in
the 20s,
60s.
Oh, 60s.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
So it's been a long time. Yeah. But what we're going to end up seeing, here's the other thing, and I just learned this over the weekend because I was listening to some of the panels that happened at DragonCon. One of the problems is the AMPTP represents a bunch of competing companies that all want to kill each other. So part of their strategy for that is to screw the other ones out of getting union work by keeping the strike going. What we're going to end up seeing is the end of the AMPTP. And these studios are going to suffer, and indie's going to take over.
And I was going to say, something else will rise
It's going to end up being, the interim agreement will become permanent for all studios. Any studio will have to agree on a project-by-project basis to meet these terms SAG-AFTRA is asking for. The actors are going to have a lot more control over what gets made.
So then I have two questions, too. And this is for you guys, too, as well. I mean, looking at the career overall of actors and actresses, and you can come, and this is coming from, if you want to, more so highlight a local or kind of like who? No, if you want to come from the standpoint of local actors and playwrights and things of that nature and artists, or if you want to, kind of branch out to the Hollywood type actor, screenwriter, playwright kind of deal. But my two questions is, in the career overall, do you think that a lot of times these participants, actors, writers, artists, do you believe that pay is fair? Usually?
So,
based off of what they present?
87% of SAG-AFTRA doesn't qualify for health insurance from their acting works.
Oof.
Like I said, 90% of SAG-AFTRA has other jobs because you can't make ends meet as an actor. Just because you're doing movies and stuff. These are people that you recognize, you know their names, you see them every week on shows you watch. And they can't. They have other jobs because they can't just act.
This is reminding me of that Black Mirror episode with Salma Hayek. Actually,
I didn't see that one yet. I'm really behind on Black Mirror. I'm so sorry.
You need to see it.
But yes, there's been a lot of talk about that episode, which I haven't seen yet. But So for them, I don't think the pay is fair. I do think A-list actors who are getting paid millions per movie or millions per episode. If you look at like the last season of Game of Thrones. That's too much.
Right.
Because it's too much just because the people they're working with can't survive on what they're getting paid. You know what I mean? So I think there's a middle ground here where, like, pay the A-listers a lot, but pay them less than that.
True. I was wondering, and I'm like, because we make that argument a lot for, like, people who are not at that level, like the A-list level. Like, hey, pay them what they deserve. And I don't know because I'm not in that field. I'm in everything else except that. But, man, I've always wondered how actors feel about that because there are those people who are making millions of dollars.
The thing with the A-listers is they deserve a lot of money because they bring in all the money. Of money, exactly. How many movies have you gone to see because there was a name in the cast, right, that you liked?
Yeah.
That's normal.
That's true.
So that's why the A-listers make the big money.
Kai said that episode in the comments said that episode came out around the same time as the strikes. It did.
That's why it was fresh on everybody's minds. Yeah,
and that's why the AI thing kind of highlighted in my brain too, because that's a big part of the episode. And I was like, "Ooh,
I feel like executives from not just Hollywood executives, but executives in general, like watch sci-fi things and completely miss the point, and they're like, "That would be a great idea.
This is such a good idea.
Let's clone dinosaurs. Sounds fun." Like, I just. Do a little bit of media analysis, please.
I would think they have people who they pay for that. Like, are you serious? Like, do a little bit, just a little bit. But also, my second question. So, with all the tensions building, and with the digital platforms, and with streaming and things of that nature, where do you think where do you think all this is going to end up with the strikes? How do you think this is all going to...
I have theories, but I can't predict the future. But I do think, like I said, I think we're going to see actors and writers getting a lot more control over what's being made versus producers. Like, I think executives are going to lose a lot of power because of this.
I think producers do have a lot of power.
They have all the funding power, but eventually, like, it's going to come to... Without this organization being in control of all the pay, which is what's going to end up happening, there's no ifs, ands, or buts there because they're being so dumb.
Yeah, because they're dumb.
They really think they're really like, oh, they need us to make things. Like things aren't getting made without them. Like they didn't lose almost every Oscar last year. That was only March. It wasn't that long ago that we watched the AMPTV get crushed at the Oscars.
That's true. They really did, though. Like, they really did.
Like, A24 is not one of your studios. You know that, right?
It's like when you're in the business for as long as her mom has been, you can dictate your rates. Especially if you have an agent that can argue.
It does come down a lot to the agents. But that's not going to change. That's probably going to become more heightened, the ability to dictate your rates. But I mean, what gets made is going to get a lot more put in the hands of writers and actors because it's not going to be getting handed down by huge studios because these huge studios are not going to be.
And if you ask me, a lot of these huge studios have lost their originality and creativity.
You want to know what's really funny is someone asked an AI like ChatGPT thing whether they thought
creepy, but okay.
Whether the AI thought that it was better suited to write movies, act in movies, or produce movies. And it said it was better suited to the role of a producer.
Oh.
Because all producers do, this comes from the AI, is look at trends and data and figure out what's going to make money. The AI was like, the AI is not even siding with the people that want to have AI.
Honestly, I agree.
Like, 100%.
AI probably would do it better.
It would do a great job.
Do I want AI to do it? Probably not.
No, I don't.
No thanks.
The other thing that the AMPTP is being really stupid about is, and this just happened in a federal court case, copyright lawsuits happen.
Yes. Yep.
And it was determined that in order for something to be copyrighted, it needs to have been produced by a person, and AI does not count as a person.
That's true.
Which means Disney's all up in their copyright. Like, they're always suing people for copyright infringement.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
That's not gonna oh my god, you're so right.
They're gonna screw themselves out of one of their really underhanded money-making practices.
Disney is... Yeah, and
so good luck to all of these major studios like Apple.
Didn't even think about that. Yeah.
They're screwing themselves so hard.
Peace out, Apple. Bye. Your time is coming.
Anywho, that's the exciting news about the Hollywood strikes.
Well, I mean, I feel like I learned something today, honestly, because I was
ranting a little bit. Sorry, I'm very opinionated about it.
I love a good rant. That's why you're here. Hello. No,
you always bring me on.
There's so many like random facts that I didn't know. I did not read those 17 pages. I didn't even know they existed.
I read the 17 pages. I didn't even understand all of it. I've been doing this a while.
No, not me.
I do want to say I was happy to see some of the things that they were asking for are things that would make it easier for actors like me to get union work and become union members.
Oh, it's definitely a trickle-down effect. I think,
but like the things they're talking about, the changing how auditions work and putting some more of the accountability on the studios who are asking for people to, like, that would help me a lot.
It should. I thought that was the way it was. It should be that way.
Yeah, but I spent a whole bunch of money on equipment that is not even top of the line, and it's not the way that the things work right now. It's not good enough to get me work.
Calypso said now that Cartoon Network is over at the end of days for television. Count your days.
So the minute there were Saturday morning cartoons, it was over. The entertainment industry is dead.
Funny enough, CW11, I believe it was I used to watch those cartoons on Saturday, and now I live steps away from one of the many CW11 stations. Would you look at that? That's who I'm going to broadcast to with Taylor too.
Yes.
But I think that that about does it for us with the tea today. I appreciate and thank you guys all for watching.
We always run over when I'm here.
It's a little. I know. It's only 3 minutes over this.
We did good. I thought we were going to go till 8:30.
I try really. Are you serious, Kai? You didn't know that Cartoon Network ended? That was a while ago. That was iconic too.
That's not.
That was a major moment. Like, whoa.
Not even whoa.
But anyways, I'm gonna give you a moment to, maybe advertise or promote anything
So,
that you have going.
I got a few things I want to throw out there.
Throw it out there.
Working on a movie, local talent, called Pansy Vision, which is a local low-budget indie film, but we're reimagining the history of cinema as if gay people never had to be in the closet.
Oh.
It is ridiculous. It's epic. We still have roles we're casting. So, if you are interested in being in a movie like that, let me know. If you want to throw us some money for a movie like that, let me know.
How that's your boy.
Also, I know it was mentioned last week with the Options Magazine Awards.
Yes, last week.
We are both nominees.
Yeah,
I am
yes.
up for Best Local Actor, and if I can brag for a minute, it's for a part that I had 4 days to learn and I nailed. So, and if you want to know about that story, feel free to ask me. But also, best podcast, Team Taylor. So, vote for both of us every day with every email that you have. Thanks.
All 5 of them. And the voting ends when? I forget the...
September 16th.
16th.
16th, I think.
16th.
I'm pretty sure it's the 16th. That's my mom's birthday. That's why it's
Okay. September 16th, voting ends and then I think October 13th?
October something or other, there's a party in Miramar to celebrate the awards and find out if we won.
Yes, so we'll know.
So,
we'll know. They're going to tell us who voted for us, too, so... No, I'm just kidding. They won't. We won't.
They don't tell us that. I have people I know at Options that could tell me, but they won't. Ugh.
You see? Mm-hmm.
Friends in high places not helping me out at all.
So vote for us for that, because I would love to say that Tea with Taylor is an award-winning podcast.
Yes.
It just sounds so much better.
It sounds so good.
Oh my god.
Award-winning podcast, Tea with Taylor. Yes. It just rolls off
the tongue. And you know what? When I win,
anyway,
because we're manifesting this.
Yes.
When I win, best believe every ad, every promo is going to say award-winning.
So next season, when I'm on, it'll be award-winning podcast, Tea with Taylor. With
featuring the award-winning actor.
Yes! Yes! Okay, that's what we're doing.
Okay,
that's the plan. You guys have to help make that plan a reality, though.
Absolutely. So, with that, now that we gayed out a little bit for you,
I've been getting out this whole time. I know what you're talking about. Look at this shirt.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
We're gonna end it there, and I'm going to also shamelessly plug. I want to make sure that you guys are aware that Neptune Incorporated is going to be bringing you events for the community, serving the community through so many different ways. I have a fitness class, a dance exercise class coming up. So that's going to be really interesting. Make sure that you RSVP ahead of time so you can get $10 cheaper of a ticket. And I have my King's Gambit game night that is coming up for Halloween, the next one, on the 19th of October. Oh, yes. And it's going to be a spooky, dooky good time. And just look out for all things Neptune Incorporated, because I am planning on bringing a lot of my passions together to serve the community. And with that, I will leave you with your Friday night. Thank you guys for watching. I'm always going to tell you to be good to yourselves. Make sure you're always good to yourselves. It starts there. And the rest is drag. No, I'm just kidding. And the rest is life. So, with that, we'll have a good night. Thank you guys. Graham, thank you for coming.
Anytime. I love being here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I love having you and your rants. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next Friday. We have a very good show for you planned next Friday. It's the fashion show.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the shirt?
We're going to talk about your shirt specifically, the whole episode. But thank you.
I can't wait to be roasted by the fashion police next week.
I got my Joker voice ready. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night.
Bye.